Hello again, Dino Roll fans. So, just continuing trying to search all these out. This is from Wave 2. It's letter C. It is blue from Jurassic Park, in my opinion. It's a Velociraptor, and so Dino Roll is this line of cartoon dinosaurs on something spherical. And the brand is called Kong Species, although I've come to learn it's Duck Kong. Here are the other figures. 3 of them there, and then 3 there. So there's a wave of 6, and hopefully one day I'll get all of them. So I've tried some of these QR codes. They didn't work for me, but I've also come to realize there's like a credit card in here, and that QR code can only be used once. Like, I guess maybe it tracks what you've purchased. So this thing here, if you scan that, which I did scan on a different one, and it did nothing. So maybe I bought a used one on that other one. Yeah, so anyways, but I don't really care. Why do I need to track what I own when I actually just have the thing in my living room? So this to me is a waste of plastic, just polluting people. This also is a waste of cardboard. Well, the only good thing is it shows you some other dinosaurs that might be coming down the pipeline, which is a disturbing amount if they do make all of them, because there's 45 here. And then these are the other dinosaurs from the wave. But I don't feel a need for this either. So yeah, I tried to go to this thing, and it didn't go anywhere. So it might be an inactive app or something, but I have a suspicion you're supposed to scan that card, and then it loads into an app, and it says you own this figure. That kind of thing. Well, it's all in Chinese, so it wouldn't help me anyways. So we have this really nice foam, and it kind of has to be because these are rigid plastic. I think they're like garage kit, polyurethane kind of material. So those arms are really thin and fragile. So if this dropped from a shipping truck, it's definitely, that's what this box is for, is to sacrifice itself to get to the thing intact. So just being careful here, removing blue. Alright. So you'll see within this lower sphere thing, it's really cool. They have this little cartoonized skeleton of the thing. And it does look like it's embedded in stone, right? It looks really neat. Alright, so unfortunately, this edge, it would have been cool if they made it thicker and wrote Velociraptor there. And so you have these funky geode looking things. This one's got blue diamonds raised and then white and black dots, and the whole thing is textured like a rock or something. The feet are really well done. You can see these chicken kind of feet scales, and then the infamous claw, right? Even back here, the claws. And then you can see the sculpting is really nice, but this one seems very flat. So I do believe these are handmade. There might be seams somewhere, and they fill them in with putty or something like that. So this looks like skin texture like of a chicken, which I think both paleontologists think that these were avian kind of creatures, possibly covered in feathers even. The spindly arms, they do look nice, and they have these claws. These gray claws look pretty sharp and menacing. And then you got a lot of wrinkles here in the neck, and this jaw is definitely a separate piece there. Yeah. So that probably helps them, paint these things better as well, having separate pieces. So here we have some pink around the back of the jaw, and then you got the teeth, and they're not symmetric as you can see. So that's kind of nice, very much like a living creature. And it's got a crazy tongue in there, and goes pretty far back in that mouth. And then these things have these glass half marble kind of eyes, and unfortunately you can't spin them. That would have been awesome if you could, but they have this little black dot there, and this one's just looking back over there. Yeah, so it's really nice to see the textures change, from small to large. Just a whole bunch of different textures that someone sculpted on here, and then they printed on or painted on this different kind of blue on top of this thing. So my camera changes the hue and saturation of things. To me it looks like a faint, well, here it looks like almost greenish, light green, maybe an off-white with a light green wash, and then here it's almost like a bluish purple, and then this is just like a medium blue. But anyways, you got this overhang here. It's just a lot of nice details. They're really cool to look at. I guess if you're curious, this thing is roughly around 8.5, a little over 8 centimeters, 3.25, and the longest dimension is roughly 10 centimeters or 4 inches. So even though I can remember a Velociraptor, eventually I'm going to collect a bunch of these. I'm not going to know what is what anymore. I can't remember everything. So I take this poster putty and I put it around a good amount of this base here, like this. This is called Potafix Pro, this gray one. It's meant to hold several kilos on a wall, so I think it won't have a problem holding on to this little 60mm disc. You can buy these discs off of AliExpress. And I have a brother printer that printed out that Velociraptor thing. Squeeze that down, and because it's transparent, I can still see the bottom. Granted, the putty looks a little ugly, but I don't care. I'd rather know what the dinosaur is. And because it's 60mm, less chance of it being toppled over. You can get bigger discs if you want, but they cost more, of course. Alright, I got a couple others. I actually reviewed this Wonderfest 2022 one before, so that's when I spoke about the Velociraptor. Unfortunately, they're both pretty much identical. Like, they could have at least changed the eyes on this one to point in a different direction, but they're literally facing the same direction, which is such a oversight, I think, to try to get people to buy two of the same casting. Right? If they just shifted the eyes, more people would want to buy it, I think, besides just the color, right? And then I have this Kakara Dontotaurus, or what, I can never pronounce that one. So this is a much bigger predator, I guess. Not quite as big as a T-Rex, but well, much bigger than a Velociraptor. And yeah, they're all cool. They're all very neat. Okay, so let's get those two out. So finally I have Blue from Jurassic Park. So very cool, very fitting. Yeah, we'll see you the next time I can track down a Dino Roll. Thanks for checking this out.